Welcome back to Pentos Learning. So today we'll be learning reproduction in organisms. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, what is reproduction? First we'll see in living or what do you mean by lifespan? The first concept you have in your textbook is what do you mean by lifespan? So uh, the period from your birth to the death is called as lifespan. Okay, and lifespan is, in some organism it is short, in some organism it is long. Short you might take as for few days, long you might take for few thousand years. Okay, and lifespan of all organisms lies between these two extremes. And also lifespan does not uh, depend on sizes. For example, we can take the example of a crow and a parrot. Okay, their sizes are not so different, they are almost similar, but you could see their living ages. Crow lives for about 15 years and parrot lives for about 140 years. And here we can take another example, like mango tree and a peepal tree. Their heights are similar, but their lifespan ranges are completely different. And one more important concept you would have here is the everyone are mortal, everyone have to die one day, but our single cell organisms are there. No, they never die, they are immortal, they are always alive. You know why this happens? It is because parent body, it gets distributed among their offsprings, among their young ones. Okay, like their body is transferred to the young one, and it carries on. So they are immortal, there is no death for single cell organisms. In your textbook you would have lifespans of butterfly. Butterfly lives to 1 to 2 weeks. Crow lives for 15 years. Parrot 140 years. Tortoise 100 to 150 years. Banyan tree 180 years. Bamboo 50 to 100 years. Crocodile 60 years. And why is this reproduction necessary is our question now. Because it enables the continuity of generation. मतलब generation pass होता रहता है, and generation we need that, and resulted in vast number of species. And it's also a biological process. Firstly, it's a biological process, it enables the continuity of generation, resulted in vast number of species. Okay guys, I want you guys to be active and learn it here itself. We'll move on. Okay, so what happens is, in reproduction these organisms they give rise to the offsprings which are similar to the organism itself, and these offsprings grow mature, they produce the young ones again, so it continues. This is a cycle where that happens. So cycle is birth, growth and death. Reproduction is of two types now: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So in asexual reproduction, a single parent is involved. It is with or without gamete formation. But in sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. It is because of fusion of male and female gametes. Okay, next, asexual reproduction, a single parent offsprings. So in that, the offsprings are identical to one another. They are exact copy of their parents, because यहाँ पे दो नहीं है ना. So the offsprings are exact copy of their parents, and these morphological and genetically similar individuals are called as clones. Okay, yeah, next. Common among single-celled organisms, yeah. These clones are common among Clones and asexual reproduction is common among our single-celled organisms. Cell division is itself a mode of reproduction over here. We can give the example of protists and mononeurons. So parental cell division, it happens by mitosis, and then our new individuals are formed. So we have types of asexual reproduction. Binary fission, budding, will go into it deep. So binary fission, what happens is the cell divides into two halves. So and each grows into an adult. We can take the example of amoeba and pyramidation. You could see here, this is our cell. I told single cell. This is a cell. It is यहाँ पे mitosis is happening. It is dividing. It is dividing, and it's totally dividing. Then budding, unequal division यहाँ पे happens. Small buds are formed. They separate, grows into mature. Example, yeast. Next one. What happens in amoeba is, during unfavorable conditions, what this amoeba, it withdraws pseudopodia, secretes three-layered hard covering or cyst, and this is called as encystation. And when the favorable condition returns back, this encysted amoeba divides by multiple fission and produces minute amoeba, and this cyst wall bursts, spores are liberated, forms many amoeba, and this is called as sporulation. You have the two terms, encystation and sporulation. Please go through it once. We'll move to next. The structures of asexual reproduction we have, it is Z, okay? Zoospores, conidae, buds, gemmules. In, we can give the example for okay, zoospores as microscopic motile, conidia penicillium, buds hydra, gemmules are found in sponges. This is in your NCERT book, this diagram, same. Okay. Vegetative, what is vegetative propagation? So type of asexual reproduction wherein a new plant is produced from vegetative parts of a plant. इसका मतलब ये है कि it is vegetative parts जो होते हैं ना plant के, उसमें से new part, from there a new part is formed, and that is called as vegetative propagation. It's similar. And you have यहाँ पे vegetative propagation: offset, sucker, runner, vegetative propagules, rhizomes, tuber, bulb, and bulbil also you have. Bulbil you have, okay. They can produce new offsprings. One more you have bulbil. Bulbil is found in agave. We have not written, but bulbil. Okay, we'll move on to next. Okay, there's an aquatic plant. Okay, it is known as the terror of Bengal, and that is water hyacinth. Okay, it is a weed which grows in a standing water and drains our O2, oxygen को ये drain कर देता है, and it, because of it, it leads to death of many fishes. And this was introduced because of its beautiful flowers and shapes of leaves. Shows and this also shows vegetative propagules and was introduced, that's why spread at a phenomenal rate. Okay, next. Fragmentation, asexual reproduction. It is asexual reproduction. Here body breaks into distinct pieces, grows into an adult, produces offsprings. Example, hydra. We can take potato tuber for fragmentation. Buds and eyes we have. Banana and ginger. We can take rhizomes. Bryophyllum. Example, adventitious buds. Buds arise from notches present at margin of leaves. Okay, and all platelets arise from the nodes of modified stems, come in contact with water or damp soil, produces roots and new plants. So all farmers, farmers and gardeners, they make use of these things, vegetative propagation. Next, reproductive phase. We have two types of phases, cycles. Okay, one is ostrich cycle, another is menstrual cycle. Ostrich cycle is a cyclic change which happens in non-primate animals. Menstrual cycle, it happens in non-primate female mammals. It happens in primates, female placental animals. Example for ostrich is cows, sheep, rats, deer, dog, tiger, etc. It happens only in reproduction phase. Here you can give the example of monkey, human, and apes. Cyclic changes which occurs in ovaries, accessory ducts, and hormones. Then we have seasonal breeders and continuous breeders. So seasonal breeder, they exhibit such cycles during favorable only. They exhibit these types of ostriich cycle and menstrual cycle only at a favorable seasons, and continuous breeder, they are active throughout their reproductive phase. So this is shown by those who are living in natural wild conditions. So we humans are continuous breeders. We are reproductively active throughout our reproductive phase. Next, hormones and environmental factors regulate this. What regulates this? The sexual reproduction. What happens in sexual reproduction is, it is actually of three types: pre-fertilization, fertilization, and post-fertilization. It's a regular sequence. First, we'll move on to pre-fertilization. In pre-fertilization, we have two events where gametogenesis and gamete transfer happens. What is gametogenesis? Process of gamete formation, that is male and female, and they will be haploid. The formation of gametes in male and females is called as gametogenesis. We can take the example of, okay, not example. Why is this diagram here? Okay. They are all haploid, means all the gametes are N, not 2N, just N. I'm sorry for this. And types of gametes, we have types of gametes. We have homogametes and heterogametes. Spelling here पे थोड़ा correct it off. Homogametes are also called as isogametes. They are morphologically distinct. Example, similar in appearance. We can take as algae. Heterogametes, we have male gametes separately, female gametes separately. Homogametes means the gametes are almost similar in their structures and they are morphologically distinct. I mean same. In heterogametes, they are morphologically distinct. Example we can take as male gametes, they are called as antherozoids or sperms. Female gametes, egg or ovum. We can take example of our human beings. The male gamete is totally different from a female gamete. Okay. Plants. We move on to plants now. They might be bisexual or unisexual. What is bisexual and unisexual means? First we'll move on to bisexual. They have both male and female reproductive structures. Example, fungi plants, and they are also called as homothallic and monoecious. Unisexual, male and female gametes are on different plants. They are also called as heterothallic or dioecious plants. Example, fungi. What happens? Males, they are called as staminate. Females are called as pistillate. So this staminate bears only stamens and pistillates bears only pistils. Monoecious, male and female on the same individual. Example, cucurbits. CC, cucurbits, and coconut. Cucurbits and coconut for monoecious. For dioecious, male and female on different individuals. Example, papaya, date palm. And dioecious plants consist only of unisexual flowers. Next, animals are also unisexual and they are also bisexual. So either male or female. Example, either male or female reproductive structures are present in the thing. Example, cockroach. Bisexual is both reproductive organs are present in their body and those are called as hermaphrodites. Example, earthworm, sponge, tapeworm, and leech. And now organism is also distinguished into haploid plant body and diploid plant body. Haploid plant body, they are produced by mitosis. Okay, example fungi, algae, bryophytes. Diploid stage is seen in zygote only. Meiosis occurs here. They produce haploid spores, so meiosis also occur here. Okay, then in a diploid body, meiosis happens. Meiosis is reduction division occurs to produce gametes. Example pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Next, diploid organism, meiocytes, they are specialized cells. Okay, by meiocytes, gamete mother cells, which are specialized cells, are produced. Then meiosis happens. One set of chromosomes are formed, then incorporated into gametes. Here you can see these. This table is in your NCERT book. You can just go through it. Then gamete transfer, male and female. Male and female physically are brought together by a medium to facilitate fusion. This is called as fertilization. So large number of gametes fail to reach. So thousands of gametes are produced. Why are thousands of gametes produced? Because large number of gametes fail to reach. That's why. Then in majority, males are motile and females are stationary. Exemptions, few fungi, both are motile. Okay, we can take the example of we humans. Humans are the males, the sperms are motile and the ovum is stationary. Seed plants, male and female. What happens in male is pollen grains are produced. They are produced in anthers and they are transferred to stigma, and these pollen grains germinate from pollen tube carrying male gametes, reach the ovule, discharge male gametes near the egg, results in the formation of fertilization. It is easy in bisexual plants. Example, peas. Why is it easy in bisexual plants? Because both male and female are in the same flower, right? That's why. As an anthers and stigma are located closely, they are carriers. Then female has ovule, they are carrier. Example, egg. Okay, fertilization. We finished pre-fertilization, now fertilization. Okay, we have male gamete and female gamete. They are fusing together now, and this is called, when they fuse together, it is called syngamy. When there's the formation of a diploid zygote, that is called as fertilization. Fertilization is not just fusing, but after fusing, when there is a diploid zygote, that is called as fertilization. Okay, now parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is what? It forms new organisms without fertilization, female gametes. So example, rotifers, honeybees, some lizards, birds, and turkey. Now types of fertilization, we have external fertilization and internal fertilization. In external fertilization, most aquatic organisms, for example, we can take algae, fishes, amphibians. The fertilization occurs outside the body, that is in the water, and there should be a great synchrony between both male and female sexes. Large number of gametes should be produced. Example, bony fishes, frogs, and a large number of offsprings should be produced, but offsprings are more vulnerable to predators. Yeah, this is the disadvantage. Okay, in internal, what happens is, in terrestrial organisms, example fungi, higher animals, reptiles, birds, and animals, majority of plants, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms, we can take the baby is the zygote is formed inside the body, the fertilization happens inside the body, egg is found inside the female. That's what fusion with male gamete. Next one. Now post fertilization. Now zygote is found, it is diploid. Zygote is a diploid one. So universal in all sexually producing organisms. External fertilization. Zygote is formed in an external medium, usually water. In internal fertilization, zygote is formed inside the body. Development depends on the type of life cycle and environment. And fungi and algae, zygote develops thick walls resistant to damage and desiccation. Undergoes a rain period before germination. Haplontic life cycle, zygote, meiosis, haploid spores, haploid individuals. Ensures continuity of species. Life begins as zygote. We are born as a single celled. Then process of embryo development from zygote is called as embryogenesis. Zygote, what happens is this cell division happens, mitosis, it increases in number, and cell differentiation happens, helps in certain modifications. Then this zygote turns into tissues from organs to organisms. Okay. Now we have oviparous and viviparous. Now what is oviparous? Development of zygote outside the body. Zygote is found but inside the body, but after it is formed, it's coming out of the body. For example, laying eggs. So that the zygote is forming from tissues to organs, from organs to organisms, that is happening outside, and that is called as oviparous. Example, reptiles and birds we can take. Fertilized egg, and there's a hard cover that is called as calcareous shells, and it is laid in safe space. You can take as incubation. In viviparous, what happens? The zygote is formed, and the zygote turns into tissues, from tissues to organs, organs to organisms inside the body, and give birth to young ones inside. From they give birth to the organisms, so includes majority of mammals including we humans. Zygote develops into young ones inside the female body, so attains a certain growth and is delivered out. Chances of survival is यहाँ पे more. Okay, and this last part, flowering plants and ovules. Pistils remains attached, sepals, petals, stamens fall off on fertilizations. Sepals remain attached in tomatoes, strawberries, raspberries. Inside ovule, fertilization happens, then zygote is formed, then an embryo is formed. Ovule, seed, okay, on dispersal germinates under favorable condition and forms new plants. What happens? This ovary becomes fruit, and in fruit we have thick wall becomes pericarp, and this is our protective. So I hope you guys understood this. So if you do like the video, please subscribe to my channel and do like the hit button. Thank you.